This video is on resonant voice. The clinical definition of resonant voice is voice production that is easy to produce and vibrant in the facial tissues, or what we are going to call the mask. So this area up here. You might even feel it here or on your lips. This area is fine, not here. We're going to aim to develop a tone quality with a forward focus and a balance between the oral and nasal cavities. This is accomplished by reducing the collision force on the vocal folds and developing an ideal adduction, which is somewhere it is, not too pressed and not breathy, somewhere right in the middle. Things to keep in mind as you do these exercises is to maintain a lofty pharyngeal height. Remember our reverse megaphone, where it's a small hole where the mouth is, and then a backward shape. So instead of the megaphone that goes out like this, wah, like this, we go in here. And you'll have this space. You can also think of a light bulb with the loft in the back. Sometimes my students enjoy the idea of think your top molars and trying to separate them. I use all three techniques depending on the register, to be honest, and then my needs that day are on a specific song. So play around with them all. Find what works for you and different registers in your space. You want to continually be focusing on forward resonance. I'd like you to be touching your forehead, your nose, cheeks, maybe ears, your lips, trying to make sure that you're vibrating somewhere in the frontal cranial area, not back here in the throat. We don't want to have this tightness here, okay? But up here, resonating up here all the way through this. You want to keep your airflow steady. You don't want to be reserving air, because then you'll start into the vocal fry, and we don't want to do that. It is taxing on the voice to do for too long. So keep the air flowing, right? If you don't remember how to do it, review the flow phonation video. So keep the airflow constant and use the diaphragmatic breathing and support through these exercises. To review, diaphragmatic breathing is breathing, belly breathing, some call it, but it's breathing with a relaxed abdomen, no movement of the chest area, all energy happening down low, right? And you feel it in down there. If you're having a hard time, you can grab a chair so your shoulders don't come up, and it'll help you to locate that space, okay? That's just a little tip from me to you. All right, so now we're gonna go on to the exercises. I made you a little chart. We are not gonna go in detail with every single one of these. This is sort of just a brief overview or a reminder. Feel free though to pause the video or stop and just work on anything that you are enjoying as much as you want to. Or skip things that don't work for you at this moment and come back to them later and try again. All right, so start with stretches. So, obviously neck. Whenever you do your neck stretches, if you find a place of constriction or tightness, linger, right? So like, okay, I feel it here. I'm gonna spend some time. I might even massage that area. This is very individual, right? Everybody carries their tension differently. Your shoulders, maybe. Okay. And anytime you carry tension in your body, it's gonna come through in your voice, okay? It's just the way it is, Everything is connected. So I also open up my chest, push my elbows together a little bit, try and get that chest open, and I'll come forward and work on my back. I do my sides. These muscles here impact breathing. So get your sides and your hip area. Ideally, you'd spend 30 seconds even on a specific stretch. If you find an area where you're feeling that oh no feeling, stay there for a little bit on a few breath cycles. Give your body time to release that tension and then move on to another area. We also want you to be thinking about your jaw, Do a little jaw pull down. Or just go straight down. And then tongue. So just stick it out as far as it'll go. Let it come back in slowly. Like I said, ideally you would let it stay out for 30 seconds. I just don't feel the need to hold my tongue in this video for 30 seconds for you to stare at. But just stick it out. Let it sit there for 30 seconds until you feel the release. And then instead of pulling it back, just let it come back in slowly. And that'll do really good for you. Do some stretches with your mouth. Go make a little scrunched up face. And do that several times to try and get all those muscles to release. And when you feel like you've done enough of that, move on to some vocal stretches. So do some humming in a moderate, very comfortable range. Nothing too much outside your speaking. All the while, I am focusing on feeling my resonance in my cheeks. Why don't you find it? And don't feel the need to use my pitch, because this is my voice. This is where my voice feels good. But just whatever comes for your voice, do it there. Go on to lip trills. Tongue trills again. Should tell you attached to your hyoid bone. Trilling it can sometimes relax this area. Get your straw. Notice I'm starting to expand my range. But I'm going to use my little fancy straw I got for Christmas, my straw necklace. So I want you to expand, keep going, get, where you can go until eventually you go all the way up as high as you can. Take a breath and then come down. Okay? And go as low as you can. Then you can do them all connected, as just one big up and down. So you do those stretches, so it's your body, your face, and your vocal folds. That'll just get you going. It's a good practice to do just as the way you start the day, to get your vocal mechanism just ready to talk, ready to sing, to do whatever it is you need it to do. And is a great cool down after any kind of vocal work that you do, long periods of talking, singing, rehearsing, just a day where you just have felt really tense and you're starting to feel it in your larynx. Do a few of those, do this little stretches exercise we did. Here's one I like to. I need to put it on the list, but this is just for you. So I will stabilize these muscles that are connected here, and I'll just turn my head. I'll feel a stretch that goes all the way on either side, and I'll feel it in my ear. It relieves pressure there. Yeah, this side was worse. Yeah. So the stabilizing this helps me get a better stretch. Anyway, roll your shoulders a few times. We're going to start with a BTG, or basic training gesture. Just humming. Just go. And again, this is at your pitch. You don't have to use mine. You can do higher, lower, whatever feels right for you. You may also use other consonants like N, V, Z, NG. Any kind of consonant that you can vibrate through, you may use as this. So just pick the ones that you feel best for you to get started, and then maybe explore others and see if you can maintain the same amount of resonance. All the while, remember, you're going to be touching your resonators, your facial tissues. Ooh. And then we have as in yes, and then play around with pitches. Where do you find the best vibrations? No, Mm-hmm. 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 So, right through here. Mm-hmm. Inside space. Mm-hmm. From there, we will do mom. So M-O-L-M, mom. Mom, 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 mom. The idea is we find that resonating space, we open to the O and come right back to our resonating. Mom, 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 mom. Do that as much as you want, right? This exercise, you should spend maybe 5-10 minutes on it max. So you're not going to spend, this video is going to be way longer than the amount of time you would normally spend, because I'm trying to explain to you carefully on how to do everything. But just do some, pick an exercise and then spend 5 or 10 minutes really working on being intentional about your resonance, okay? Then we're going to move that into voiced consonants, those voiced consonants into vowels. We're going to use me. Me, me, me. Me, me, me. Me. Later, play around with N, V, Z, and G as well. And other vowels. Once you have the E, me, me. Move on to the other vowels, e, a, o, u, and see if you can keep that resonance. Now we're going to do moving from the hum to words. We're going to use moon, move, and then mom, which is not a word, but it's great for resonance. So, moon. I'm going to go lower. Moon. Space. Moon. Good. And then now move. 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 Mom. Mom. You keep going. The next exercise is who into a hum. It's just a short pitch glide, and you're going to think like an owl. Really make the resonance. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do that a few times, right? Until you can. Then you add the word moon at the end. Moon. All the while maintaining this vibration. Feel it. Moon. Then move. 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 Now we will be doing whom to one and then 1, 2. We will do it first in a chant like, then a sing-song style, and then speech. So same thing, a little pitch glide. One, one, and then we're going to make its pitch fluctuations. One, one, and then speech. Make a stop after the M and then speak it. One. Feel your cheeks. One. Were you able to maintain the vibrations when you spoke? One. Then you do 1, 2. 1, 2. Constant airflow. 1, 2.